Welcome to Team Tiggio Court TV, where we upload videos every single day. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and share our videos.
Anyone, have you had a chance to review the pre-sentence report and recommendations with your client?
I have you.
Any additions or corrections?
To the contents report, no suggestions.
All right, and the advisory guidelines in 7038, there are none. In 7039, they're at 0 to 9 months. Any scoring challenges?
There is, it's not a very complicated one. It's actually kind of perfunctory. OB12 is scored at 10 points, presumably because of the prior file, but the court need to look no further than the offense dates listed on the PSI. The controlling language of OB12 indicates it has to happen within 24 hours of the sentencing offense. The sentencing offense on the harboring a misdemeanor is 2-4 of 25. Defense date on the possession of methamphetamine is 4-14 of 25, clearly not within 24 hours.
Okay, and the 7039 was when she was arrested on that warrant from the first offense, and she acknowledged some drugs in the home.
Right, so they went there with the warrant that was issued on the 28th, I think, of February. And then they picked her up in April, and that's when she said, when they went to search the house, instant to arrest, she said, well, the methamphetamine is in the house. So just the clear language of the statute and the sentencing guidelines and the instructions that it has to happen within 24 hours to be scored.
Okay, Ms. Goodrich, any response?
I would agree.
Okay, so we'll score OB12 at 0 points. That bring the OB level to 0, OB level or total OB to 0, OB level at 1. So what is that range, Mr. Keogh, instead of 0 to 9?
I don't.
Okay, let me look. It was it's on the D
It's a D grid.
The D grid, that would be the A1. It'd be 0 to 6. All right, Ms. Goodrich, any additions, corrections, or scoring challenges from the people?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Keogh, go ahead with anything you want to say. Any plans for that?
Mr. Paul, you here for?
I'm sorry. What is
Mr. Keogh.
Who did I say?
You said Mr. Keogh.
Oh, it's because he just took up too much of my brain space.
I know, I get it. It happens to me when I deal with Bill too.
All right, Mr. Kenyon, go ahead.
You know, thank you, Judge. This is gonna, I guess in the beginning of my elocution, it's gonna sound kind of weird, but if you bear with me, I'll explain my point I'm trying to make. I talked to Ms. McDowell earlier today, and I said, you know, I said, I'm not happy that you got arrested. I'm happy you got arrested. That makes sense. And the reason is because, you know, we deal with, or I deal in my practice, the court deals with methamphetamine addiction on a regular basis. So I would say for you daily, on me, maybe not that much, but when I was looking through this and I saw when Ms. McDowell, if she's being truthful, I have no reason to think she's not, if she's being truthful, and she was just, I guess if you can dip your toe in the water of the methamphetamine game, maybe she was more at that end of it than the deep throes of the addiction of methamphetamine. You know, if there's a good thing that can come out of a situation, and I told Brandy, I mean, isn't it better that this happened now when we were really in the throes of addiction? It's going to be really, really tough for you to get past. Because I see it, and I see how destructive and how addictive this substance is. So it sounds weird for defense attorneys to say, I'm glad this happened, but I'm not glad that it happened. I'm glad that something positive is going to come from. And so if that makes sense to the court, that's kind of why, you know, I think Brandy has an opportunity to show the court. I mean, she had some stumbles on her bond line, but it seems like those issues have been remediated. I've not been aware of any failed or missed tests, any loop tests. So it seems like she's got that sorted. She certainly had enough time in the Sheboygan County Jail to think about how she's going to do so. And I've not heard that there's any issues. So that leaves me hopeful that that whole situation has been remediated. I think all other aspects of the recommended sentence makes a lot of sense. In talking with Brandy, she's engaged in counseling services. She's being proactive with regards to her treatment. She's doing, from the sounds of it, everything that she's been asked to do. And I simply told her, I said, you know, you document everything, stay on track. You'll get through this. It's a recommended 1 year, 7411 status. can stay out of trouble for a year, which I'm sure she can, do everything the court asks her for a year, she'll benefit by not having a drug conviction on her record. I think that's a positive. So her big, and I'm saying this for you, I'm talking to the judge, but I'm saying this for you. One benefit is you don't have a conviction on your record. The other benefit is you're not going to be addicted to methamphetamine. That's a big benefit. So.
All right, thank you, Mr. Key.
Thank you.
Ms. Bedell, you don't have to make a statement today. If you don't, I don't hold it against you at all, but you are allowed to tell me anything you want. Also, is there anything you want to say or no? Okay, thank you. Ms. Goodrich, any recommendations from the people?
Oh, yes, thank you, Your Honor. The defendant is 42 years old. Her last and only arrest was one misdemeanor back in 2011, which she successfully completed probation. She's currently unemployed, maybe something that she can work on, but does have a high school diploma. The guidelines are 0 to 6, as we discussed. The recommendation is for 1-year probation, which is consistent with our plea agreement. I was happy to see she's already completed the substance abuse assessment, waiting for those recommendations. She has, looks like, suffered the consequence of losing custody of her children and only exercising supervised parenting time at this point. So I agree with the recommendation.
Well, thank you. Ms. Bedell, if you want to stand for the court sentence, please. Ms. Bedell, as I was looking at your pre-sentence report, there was something that's just a bit striking, and perhaps it says more about just small towns than it says about you in particular. But I was struck by this fact. You have been in a criminal court 3 times in your life. The first time, I defended you. The second time, I prosecuted you. And the third time, I'm sentencing you. So you and I have spent far too much time in courts together, Brandy. And I also want to tell you, every time I've gotten what I want so far. When I defended you, we got the case dismissed on a bad stop. You remember that? Long time, more than 20 years ago. Long time. And the second time, you were convicted. So I got what I wanted when I was prosecuting. And what I want this time is what you're turning out. I want you to put these substance use issues to bed. 20-some years ago, it was marijuana. 10+ years ago, it was alcohol. And now it's methamphetamine. It's getting worse. And your daughter needs you around and needs you to be a healthy person, needs you to be a free person, and needs you to be a good mother for her. And you are entirely capable of doing all those things. I know that, you know that. But you can't do that if you're on methamphetamine or if you're hiding felons in the closet, or helping them hide out from the police. That's just bad plan. So I hope that the 7411 probation on the felony charge, that you'll comply with that, and that you won't have a felony conviction, you won't have a drug conviction. Those are very good things for you, as your attorney outlined, very good things. But more important, as he outlined, is if you can not be using methamphetamine. That's going to be great for you. It's going to be great for your family. It's going to be great for your daughter. Taking all those things into account, Ms. Bedell, in the 7038 file, the misdemeanor, I'm just going to assess fines and costs as recommended, $75 crime victims assessment, $50 state costs, $500 fine. In 7039, possession methamphetamine, going to place you on probation for 12 months under section 7411 of the Public Health Code, which means that if you successfully comply with the terms of probation, it'll be dismissed from the record. You're also eligible for early discharge from probation at the halfway point. We'll give you a piece of paper explaining that. That's subject to the terms and conditions listed on pages 2 and 3 in the pre-sentence report. They include $68 in state cost, $130 as a crime victims assessment, $350 in court costs, comply with DNA testing and pay a $60 fee, and monthly supervision fee to the Department of Corrections. You have to keep and maintain a job. You have to get a substance abuse assessment and follow the recommendations and engage in treatment as your agent directs. You'll have a curfew, and you can't have any contact with Mr. Foley, because that's going to be a bad plan for your success. I'm going to dismiss the pending contempts that we had from the bond issues. And that's the sentence of the court. It's within the advisory guidelines on the 7039. And if you wanted to file an appeal in either case, you'd have to file an application. If you wanted a lawyer appointed, you'd have to make that request within 6 months. We're going to hand you a piece of paper in both files about your appeal rights. ask you to initial one for us in each file so that we have a record that we gave it to you. The other one is for you to fill out if you want to take an appeal. Do you have any questions for me, Ms. Fidel?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Agent Young, do you want her to stick around to talk with you?
Yes.
Okay, so stick around so you can see Agent Young before you leave the day, and good luck.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Mr. Killian. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Sorry, Mr.